Hello and welcome to another episode of Bodied, a Clown9 fancast. I'm your host Havokpus, and I'm joined by my co-host Frozencreek. How's it going?
Um, it's been worse. It's been better. We finally got some sunshine out here. Overcoming some sickness too, but we're still thriving, I guess. Something like that. It's summertime, so well, it's
Well, it's
almost
not. No, it's
summertime.
not. It's technically still spring.
Uh, uh, yeah, for us, it feels like summer because it's 67 degrees out here, which is wild
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
been raining here, so it
Oh, we
got
had snow
cold.
this week.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's stupid.
My friend who also lives in Michigan was like, "It's snowing here." I'm like, "But it's April."
Oh,
She's
where
like, "I
in Michigan?
know." I
Or where in Michigan?
think near like Detroit.
Yeah, I live here in Detroit.
I know like three people from Detroit now. It's weird.
Well, there you go. You've known me for quite a while, so
This is true.
is she an engineer?
No, I met her through a different thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, enough about our personal lives. I think
No
there's
one needs to know that anyway.
plenty of other stuff for us to discuss too.
Yeah, mostly C9 getting smashed. And speaking of smashing, Mega lost to Fizzwiggle in to fall to loser brackets in his latest Melee tournament, and then he ran to Hungry Box in the top 16 and lost, which is unfortunate because anytime Mango plays, everyone's like really excited to see how far I'll go.
Yeah, I think it was their first in-person tournament in a really long time. So the Cloud9 fans were all super hyped about it, and he had to run into HBox super early on.
Yeah, that's never good. I think there may be just issues in general of finally performing on stage again after like being being used to playing in like a quiet kind of environment for so long. I can definitely see how it could be an issue for some people to kind of get used to the crowds again. So that definitely does suck. I'm not sure when he'll play again. Hopefully this may be like is it is this maybe like the first Melee tournament, I guess, for the Melee season? I don't know when the Melee season is.
Me neither, but I hope so. I didn't get a chance to watch any of this one, so I'm hoping that I can see some of the other ones. I need to check on the Big House one because I don't remember when in the year it is, but it's 45 minutes away. So I would, or wait, no, they do it in Detroit, I think. So I would like to go to that one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think it was his first in person one in a while, but not his best performer. Yeah, performance, but it was unlucky to run into HBox so early.
Yeah, I think anyone that runs into HBox super early is probably going to have a much more difficult time. I think if
Yeah,
Mango didn't run into him, he would have at least maybe gotten like top 8 or even top 4.
yeah.
Uh, but we'll have to see for next time. Hopefully, Mango can shake it off and he can do better. But the not hits keep on commenting as we transition over to Halo. We lost the Optic in the FaZe Clan Halo Invitational, and it's our first loss in a while after like I think like back to back Halo Invitational, like the Halo League like championships and everything. Uh, this is our first loss in a while, so that's kind of interesting. And this is coming on the HCCS Kansas City Major, being next weekend. So hopefully it doesn't shake them too bad because we are one of the best Halo teams at least right now. I think.
I think oh holistically through all of our performances, we still are the best. But being knocked off a week before major might change that going into next week. But
Yeah.
we still have a really good chance to win. Obviously, we still are at minimum a top 2 team. So once you get to finals, anything can happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if all of it's happening in one weekend or
Yeah.
a few days.
Yeah, for sure. I am excited to see them play at this major. I don't know what all the teams are playing, but I really do want to see them play because our Halo team is really fun. It's really fun to watch them play. They have some really exciting matches, so hopefully we get to see them do stuff fairly soon and do
Yeah.
things well.
Yeah. Have before we move on to Valorant, I when I recorded alone last week, I briefly discussed what's his face leaving the Overwatch League team. Provide.
Oh, provide, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
I
have
was not.
any opinions on that?
I
I
was
I
not shocked. I saw that, like, and this is also stacked on top of the other controversy he had when he
he
was
had
being
others.
signed. Well, there was a thing of when he was signed on with the team, everyone was like, "Hey, he said some like really, he said some really racist stuff, like maybe only a couple of years ago. Like they were showing Discord screenshots and everything, and everyone's like, "Hey, why did you sign him?" And they're just like,
I
"No, you guys,
briefly
I've changed."
remember that.
He's like, I've changed you guys. Don't come on, don't worry. I am a much newer man than I was only 2 years ago. And then this happened, so I'm like, no, I can see this.
I
I'm
mean,
not shocked.
I assume he's still like 19 or 20 max,
Something like that.
maybe 21. So a few
Yeah, I
years.
don't know.
I'll cut some slack to a 16-year-old, but I feel even though you're still like a kid at like 19 and 20, like you should have a strong enough moral compass not
No,
to
yeah, you
do
should.
what
Yeah,
he not even alleged of doing of what he did. So
yeah,
not a surprise. I I I I left room. Um, so yeah,
yeah. I don't even
not
know.
a good look.
I don't even know how much this will affect our performance, if at all. The London Spitfire roster. I can't even remember who all we have, but I think a lot of people were like, eh. So I'm not even sure if this will make us a better or worse team. Uh, the season starts, I believe, next month. Um, which I still think is the dumbest idea that the Overwatch League is like starting their season so like late into the year comparatively with other esports. You know, um, but they will be playing Friday, May 6th at 2 p.m. against the San Francisco Shock. If you want to tune in a couple of weeks to watch our boys uh, representing London play.
Oh wow, so they're back.
Yeah, they are back.
Have the or are Overwatch 2 is not out, correct?
Overwatch 2 is not out.
So they're just playing
Um,
on Overwatch.
they're
Like,
either playing on Overwatch 1 or I think I maybe saw something that how the league is playing on like a test, like some weird like 1.5 or like test version of Overwatch 2 and the teams are doing that. I don't know. It's so weird what they're doing right now. I think all the stuff with Blizzard and them trying to do a new game and then they get bought by Microsoft and all this other stuff that's happening. It's it's making it really hard for them to just run their esports league confidently and it's yeah, it's weird and on top of them like we're like, hey, you guys, our new season's starting, and it's just like, but it's May. And they're like, yeah, our season's starting. But like League of Legends is already going, like Valorant's already doing stuff. Like all these other esports like started in like February, but they're now just kicking off in May, which to me just feels weird, right? Like I don't know why the season they've structured the season this way of having like such a big off time for like in between seasons.
I mean, it is Blizzard and it is a league that has been plagued by I'm not even sure what the best word for it is because it's always kind of been a shit show. It's been plagued
Yeah,
by being a shit show
it
for
just hasn't been properly managed.
season 1 was pretty hype, and
Season
season
one
2
was
was
fire.
decent.
Season one was great, and it's not just because we won the championship.
That's half of it, but
No, half of it was the
it's
championship. The other
not
half
all
was,
of
I
it.
think,
People actually
every team
cared.
felt fairly competitive. I think, at least for the most part, and all the teams. I like the diversity from a lot of the teams, at least from like seeing where every player was coming from. It really felt like you were drawing in players from all around the globe to play, which felt great. But then it kind of, I don't know, devolved from there.
Yeah, did I don't want to like go too off topic, but did you see that what's his face? Tracer player who kind of got kicked out of the the league is back. He
Oh
used to
man, you're gonna have to
play
be more
for us.
specific.
He used to play for us. He sexually assaulted someone?
Are you talking about the guy from Boston, or is this a different person?
He used to play for us when we were Cloud9 still. The
Oh,
American guy or Canadian guy, something like that.
I can't remember.
Oh
We had
man,
a
it's
few of
killing
them.
me. He posted like a I'm looking for teams thing and got roasted on Twitter.
Yeah, this happens a lot. It's weird that a lot of these Overwatch players do this too.
Yeah, and it's
There's
exclusive.
so many things with the Overwatch players. Always just like, well, he tried to touch someone or he was grooming someone, and then it's just like, why is it always the Overwatch player?
Yeah, yeah.
What,
Gosh, real
what's wrong with you guys?
huge streamer. He was also a huge streamer too. You know this.
It's not ringing a bell, I
Ah,
swear.
I don't think it was Boston. I think it was either Gladiators or Philadelphia. All right, I guess it's not important.
It's not Surefour, is it? Because Surefour was a good boy. At least I thought he was.
No,
Okay.
it was God damn it. 1 second.
It's not important. It's not important.
All right. All I'm seeing is stuff about McCree.
Oh, I can't remember, honestly. It's not important. He may not even find a team.
Oh, Sinatra.
He didn't play for us. Oh wait, no, yes he did. He played. Well, he played for us for like 2 matches,
Yeah,
and then
but it
he
was
got signed.
yeah, but he was with us as Cloud9.
This was okay. This was true. Uh, yeah, yeah. I saw that. I saw that. Because he. Yeah. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, I saw that. No one should hire this man like ever. I don't know why he thought that. One, I don't know why he thought it would be a good idea to announce that, and two, I also hated how everyone was like, "Glad to see you back, bro." And then it's just like, did you guys just forget that what he did or allegedly do?
Yeah, I don't think I don't follow the scene that much, but I'm not sure if he's back on his team yet. But
No, I don't think he's back on Sentinels, but I think that
Sentinels.
he did say that he's back and looking for teams and all this other stuff. And I saw it, and I'm just like, I hope you never get a team. You
Yeah.
shouldn't get a
Oh
team. You
no,
should not
he
get a
should
team
definitely not. But
after what happened in that situation and how that was all handled. He should not ever
yeah,
get a team ever.
it was screwed up. But I I have digressed way too far. I didn't even plan on talking about Overwatch today, but I remember, or I remembered mentioning last week that I wanted your input on what's his face.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyway,
back on
uh,
schedule.
talking about actual Valorant, Cloud9 Academy lost to Exit 0-2 in the finals of the first tournament with the new roster. I wasn't able to watch, but it was hard for me to actually like follow the notifications because I think Cloud9 were maybe tweeting about it, or maybe they weren't. I can't remember. I think
Not
maybe I
that
got
well.
I think I got confused also because I'm like, wait, but kicked out? Why are we got kicked out of like the actual like the big tournament? Why are we still tweeting about Valorant? I'm confused. But I think that for us to get to the finals is still pretty good. Of the tournament that they were playing in. I think that's pretty good. Hopefully they can continue to do well and maybe get bigger like actually win a tournament or something.
Oh yeah, same. And it was their first tournament with the new rosters, so not a bad showing overall, all things considered. No complaints at all. I didn't get a chance to watch it either. Last weekend was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. But that's good from the academy team. If they can keep putting up numbers like that, I'm sure that they can move on to better teams. Or if one of our players decides to move teams, we can maybe move one of ours up. So that's at least a hopeful showing. Losing the finals is never something that I'm usually salty about, unless it was something where it's like, oh well, that was really winnable. We just completely threw and we could have won. Uh, but
Yeah, same.
speaking of, we can kind of move on to talking about LCS and what uh what led to a really depressing weekend.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess. Is that a good way to put
A
it?
mess, a mess is a pretty accurate, maybe a bit of an understatement. I think my biggest thing and my biggest issue was outside of some things like banning out champions that were constantly giving you struggles, not only just in this match, but in other stages of the playoffs in the last few weeks of the LCS and the regular season. But just, and that's one thing, and that's maybe one thing that you can look back on if the team is just confident to letting open and pick, that's whatever. My thing is just the decision making and the poor play and decision making from our individual players.
Yeah.
Like Summit and Blabber especially, like what they did in terms of making decisions, and like Summit completely just disrespecting impact and where Inspired was throughout the game, not in just that the first game, but in the other games as well. Um, that was not a good look for him at all. He looked like he was just inting in solo queue. It legitimately, that's what it looked like.
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people have been like complaining about drafts and all this stuff, but it really wouldn't have mattered
No, it
if
wouldn't
we
have.
had a better draft
With how
because
we were playing, it wouldn't have mattered.
it just seemed like we didn't understand how to really play the game. Like, oh, we could have had Zeri and Nar and LeBlanc and
Yeah, like
such
all the other power picks. Yeah,
playing into Timo and Shaco jungle and uh I and
yeah,
some shitty mid and ADC and still would have lost. Like E- EG was just that much better
yeah. They
than
looked
us.
more together and they looked more prepared. I think that just we didn't play well individually. We didn't play well as a team. I think I'm actually also disappointed in Fudge because the game against Golden Guardians, he was straight up carrying on the picks that we gave him. He was like, for the first time in a while, like he wasn't a passenger player. He was actively carrying the game and dictating how we should play the game. We were playing through Fudge. It looked great. But then this game, he reverted back to like, well, he's just going to farm lane and not do anything. It was because that was really disappointing to see. I think Berserker, bless his heart, he was the only one who looked like they were actively trying, and they were trying so hard to win the game while everyone else was just doing whatever. Um,
Yeah, I I I also don't think he played particularly well either, but I also
yeah.
think that was probably a product of his teammates too.
No, I mean when three or four of your other teammates are playing badly, like you're just gonna end up having a bad game too. I can't say much for Isles. Like I don't want to smack talk Isles too hard. Like this is like only his second week of playing with the starting roster. I can imagine that's difficult. But I think still like the team just played really bad. They looked really bad. And I mean that was a deserved 0-3 with how they were playing. Like, you know, I don't think there was any way around it with that kind of stuff. That was kind of inexcusable, a little bit.
Yeah, and I I think the weirdest thing about all of it is that like Fudge and Vigar V2 have both gone on record saying that they didn't like the drafts after the fact.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not sure if there's more people who have came out and said that, but like it's I'm not sure if that's a way of coping with getting your ass beat or
or
what.
yeah, more like
Because like
yeah,
those are
it's
because that's something that they have direct
yeah,
control of. Like that's something that they can control up into game day, and
yeah,
and into the game.
yeah, and I think that one thing that's also somewhat frustrating is it seems that with coaches, it's not more of it seems that it's not very much a when I say jump, you say how high, and I pick what you pick. It seems more of a all right, Fudge. Now, what are we feeling today? Who do you think is good, bud? And then Fudge kind of feels it out and says, "Uh, how about Victor?" And then everyone kind of talks a bit and agrees, like, "No, yeah, I think Victor's good here." And then they pick Victor. It's more of this weird comfort feeling slash choosing by committee thing. At least that's what from what I've seen to be the case. And I'm not sure just really how effective that is, especially in the long run, because this seems to have been an issue for a little while. I mean, just from split to split, where our drafts will just kind of collapse at a certain point. And if that's the case, I think it's just the players have no idea what is strong once a few patch changes come out, and they're just used to playing the other champions, and the coach won't steer it in a different direction, or analysts maybe aren't trying to steer in a different direction, or no one's listening to the analysts when they say don't play this anymore. I don't know, but it's just frustrating. And I mean something. I feel like something does. I don't know. I was gonna say something needs to change, but I don't know what you would change. This feels like a reoccurring thing with us, where we crush it in the first half of the split. We look really good, and then the wheels fall off. This has been something that's happened for the past few years now, and nothing seems to be able to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's like a it's something that's been happening recently because it hasn't always happened, but it has been a reoccurring theme that
It's
has
definitely been a reoccurring
popped
problem.
up at different times.
Yeah.
Like obviously, the playoffs against TSM, the 1 year picking Kindred 3 times. Um, I'm trying to think of specific ones, but the year that we won spring and didn't go to Worlds, and there's been enough staff and player turnover since the first TSM series that I don't think that there's anyone who was around back then, besides Jack, that would still be here now. Because even what's his face just left, Robin.
Robin left a while ago.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So, and he was one of the few consistent mainstays.
Yeah.
So, I I will say that in a way, like these things do happen to teams throughout their lifespan
Yeah.
of things happening, and that us falling out of playoffs in the top four, if that's our worst split in a really long time, then like that's there's six or five or six other teams that would kill
No,
to finish
yeah. I mean,
top
I
four
mean,
each
in the
split.
grand scheme of things, finishing
Yeah.
top four, not that bad. I think this issue may not have been so bad if not for C9 really hyping up the team and linking that with, hey, you guys, we have LS. LS built this team, and we are going to work with LS, this really popular, like, super genius League of Legends player guy that's going to have all these crazy ideas. He's gonna flip the script and change everything. And then within 2 weeks we get rid of him, and then we're just doing things like every other team. So I think that I think maybe had something to do with it when you get rid of your coach and how you're supposed to do things like 2 weeks in. That's that's going to affect things somehow eventually. Um, and I think set up a lot of really high expectations for a lot of people. Um, and I think that how the season was handled definitely made it to where it's like you guys really messed it up.
Well, like when LS was coach, they still lost to Team Liquid. It wasn't like some
No, that's true. But
unbeatable
I
team
think
and
that
such. And then when Max took over, like we really should have finished first place in the
yeah.
split, even despite our final failings.
No,
It's
yeah, that's
just
true.
I I just don't really know how to think about all of it still. Like I've spent time thinking how I should feel about the split as a whole, and
Yeah.
I think getting our ass beat in by EG is not considered a success. I'm
No,
not
yeah.
sure if it's a failure either, being
I
top four
will say
still.
to EG's credit, Jojo Pun and Danny popped off in that match.
Yeah, they
They
did.
they were playing maybe some of the best that they've played since the start of the season. Um, and I gotta say they looked really, really impressive. Um, so
Oh, and
they
Vulcan too.
oh, Vulcan too, yeah. I think Vulcan maybe had some extra motivation since he was playing against his old team. Uh,
Yeah, I think so.
so, but no, yeah, like EG definitely played way better. Um, but yeah, I don't know how to feel either. It's really weird. Part of me is like upset about it. Part of me is I don't know, maybe just like whatever. Since this whole season has been kind of turbulent and stuff that's happened. I will say I don't want us to get new players. I think that we need to at least ride out with these players for a little while longer because Summit has so much potential. He has like insane mechanics. I think if you just work on him like laning better, and maybe just being a bit more respectful, with his decision making, everything, he'll be great. Like Fudge can still has all the makings of being a good mid laner. Like he just needs to put in more time, and I think C9 needs to let him be the carry more than just all right, Fudge. As long as you just don't die, we're good. That kind of thing. And Berserker's insane, and I mean I think Winsome can be an amazing support player as well. Like he's had some really great moments. I think it's there's just that language barrier there that's making things a little difficult. Like I think this five has potential. Um, you just need to work with them. I really would hate to see like Summon or Berserker especially go just because the wheels
Yeah,
kind of fell off at the end. I think that would not do them justice for us. I think that wouldn't be
yeah.
fair.
I, I agree with you. I'm if someone wants to leave, I guess that's different. But
No, yeah, if they want to leave like of their own volition, that's their thing. And Cloud9 has always been an org where if you want to leave, you can leave. We're not going to keep you in contract jail. We're not going to stop you. You know, um, and I think it's a very admirable trait of ours because a lot of other teams would be like, no, like you signed a contract, you're gonna play for us. You're gonna like it or whatever. Um, I think that's really nice. But yeah, like if they want to leave, they leave, and then we have to pick up the pieces from there. But I hope everyone stays, just so we can really try to see what we can do. You know?
oh yeah, and it is a young squad. At the beginning of the split, the average age was the lowest of all teams.
Yeah, they're very young and they're very much learning how to compete in a professional environment. You know,
Yeah, and
I think for a few of them, this is really maybe like their first split on an actual like pro team. So
yeah,
there's going to be a lot of issues, I would imagine. Like for us getting top four with a lot of these new young players is actually kind of impressive, I think.
oh yeah, and I think I would like to see Isles start summer split and make
Yeah.
win some earn his spot back.
No, yeah, I think I agree because Isles did look good when playing with the team. He even made some really sick plays. Um, I think he showed that he does also have potential in the few games that he did play with us. So I wouldn't mind that.
Oh yeah, and I think the long term solution is win some. Like going into playoffs and such. But I think he needs just more time as like a lead or as part of a team.
Yeah.
Have you heard the rumors of Sven switching to support?
Sven switching to support.
Yeah.
I have
Um, I'm not.
not heard this.
I'm not sure
That
how
sounds
strong.
ridiculous.
I, I'm not sure how strong of a rumor it is, but it is something I've heard.
That sounds that sounds crazy. I don't know why he would want to switch to support. I mean, it's not that he can't. Like, I mean, if you look at who he looks much better as
And Core
support than he
JJ
did a mid laner. Yeah, and Core
and Core
JJ.
JJ,
Like, people have had successful switches to other roles. Especially in support.
Afromu.
Yeah.
He used to be
Um.
an ADC.
Oh, I didn't know he used to be an ADC.
Oh yeah,
Uh.
like way
Oh, okay,
back,
okay.
way back.
Yeah, but like it's not that he can't. It just seems really weird because he's played ADC for so much of his career. To switch to support now just seems kind of it just seems kind of weird. I don't know. Unless he's just bored
Yeah.
with playing AD and he's just like, no, I think I could be a better support player.
Oh, or if he feels like his best chance of finding a starting spot is as a support.
Yeah, it could
Um,
be. I wouldn't be surprised.
and I think that being an ADC and switching to support, that you have um a better
No, yeah,
knowledge
yeah,
of what
100%. Because
you have to do.
like what needs to be done. Like the matchups. Even I think mechanically, it's not much different. It's more just about, well, can you aim your hook shots? Can you do spell combos? Do you know like warding cooldowns and how to ward, where to ward, that kind of thing? Like, honestly, it's more of it's kind of a weird kind of like leadership role somewhat because you're kind of helping the team make decisions and trying to figure out what to do, right?
Yeah, and like since your mechanical outputs are less important, that you
Yeah, you can focus on the
keep
map
track.
and actually do the
Yeah,
big picture stuff. Yeah.
so I don't know if there's any truth to it, but it is an interesting idea. Having Sven play support and win some learn from him or something like that. I I I don't know if there's any truth to it or anything, but it would be an interesting thing to try for
It
him.
would be very wild to see him switch to support.
Yeah. So I guess we can do a better reflection later, but
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. But we can do our quick reflections now since it's almost a week on. Um, would you consider the split a success, failure, or just a
I considered this split a teachable moment. That's kind of what I how I see it. Success in that we went deep into playoffs, right? Top four is I would consider deep, right? We went deep into playoffs with a young team. We have Fudge starting a new role. We have Summit and Berserker coming onto a team where there's a language barrier. Winsome had, I think, only been a high challenger level player for like 2 years. Um,
yeah?
we had a lot of hurdles, and I think to get top four is pretty good. Um, there are obviously some failures in how the team kind of operated as a whole, from a lot of different angles. I think you can use our failings from this split and you can work on them during the boot camp and everything. And when the summer season rolls around, I think you can apply whatever you've learned and what you're trying to fix to that and then see where it goes. I think that's what you can do. And I think that's what C9 should kind of look to doing.
Yeah, and like to add on to it, Max is extremely young still. I think he's 23.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man, he is really?
oh yeah, he's
Oh
like
geez.
23 or 24. He's
Yeah.
really young. It's his first time as a head coach too. So
Yeah. But there were a lot of firsts for a lot of people on the team. Uh, yeah,
and like
and like I said, like I don't think we should really move anyone around. I think if anything, just work on our players that we have. Maybe just give Max more support, so he can better coach the team and help them with decisions and help with and make better drafts and choices and whatnot. Like I think maybe that was maybe what he was lacking a bit, and that's maybe why some of our drafts were weird. I don't know. Um, but I think if the team just gets more support and more help, I really think they can do better in the summer.
yeah, and like I guess to just add a little bit more, going into the split, I think fourth place was always maybe the most likely outcome
Yeah.
overall, fourth, third, fourth, or fifth. And I think that ending up in fourth um, overall is second in regular season, fourth in playoffs is not a failure. I would probably consider the regular season a success,
Mm,
but going to MSI was not unlikely, but the odds of it happening were always going to be lower than 20% winning the split, I think,
yeah.
going to playoffs and such. Looking back in hindsight, um, I know all of us got wrapped up in a second place team that should have gotten first place going to playoffs and such. But this was the first actual playoffs for a lot of these guys. Not Isles technically, but like in an NNA in such a high pressure in in environment, it was
Yeah.
for him too, and being thrown to the Sharks. I
Yeah.
wonder how long that move was in the works though, because it wouldn't have been thrown in on a whim either. I don't think it was just weird how it developed after the 100th Thieves game. So
Yeah, it may have just been bad timing. It could have been they've been experimenting it for a while, and they figured going into the losers bracket, and you're going into Golden Guardians, which is, it's a weaker team on paper, just to us. You know, they're probably thinking like, no, it's Golden Guardians, like we can beat them. Isles, suit up, you're going in.
yeah. Um, so I think. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't think I have anything.
All right. So do you know who else is not going to MSI?
Is it is
It's
wait is
PP
it?
God.
I was gonna say, is PP got going to MSI, or did he miss his boat? Did he miss
No,
his ticket?
they finished first place LPL regular season, but on Wednesday they lost to Top Esports in the losers final in
Mhm.
LPL. It was a tough match. They ran it down in game 4
Oh
pretty
no.
bad. So PDP God is not going to MSI. Rookie's not going to MSI, but we will find out tomorrow, aka Saturday, because this is being recorded on Thursday. Um, who will be representing the LPL at MSI? Did you see the post, the MSI update?
No, I didn't.
I saw it. I didn't get a chance to read it though. I've had a busy day, but it seems like LPL cannot travel to Korea for MSI, so they're going to artificially.
Oh, they're gonna do like a remote in kind of thing.
Yeah, so they're going to artificially set relatively even ping for all teams
Mhm.
who are competing
Okay,
at like
that makes sense.
35
I'm
ms.
mostly just glad that everyone gets to compete that can compete.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think also Vietnam is back, which is great.
Yeah, that's hype.
I'm so hyped for Vietnam. I love watching Vietnam play every time because they are just these crazy underdogs that always do insane stuff and get wins out of it, and it's just so entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
super hype
glad
to
we can finally
have
see
them
them
back.
back because I think for the past couple of years they were not able to compete. Um, and I think the league was not the same from an event standpoint without with them gone.
Oh no, and they've brought us some incredible long-term players like Karsa and Maple, and I know there's a few more. So it's all good getting them back for the world's stage again. Super hyped to have them come to NA for Worlds 2, and I hope that we can join them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to play against. I want our team to play against the Vietnam players. I want us to have fun.
Yeah,
I
of
want us to
course.
also play against Brazil because Brazil is
Yes.
they're always been kind of our friendly international rivals. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Hopefully MSI will at least give us some good play. Uh,
Oh,
and it'll be good to watch.
one last thing. Who do you want to go to MSI for NA?
I gotta say, I wanna. If my team can't go, I gotta give a shout out to 100 Talk. I want 100 Thieves to go. They've been looking really
I think that's
good.
the most likely.
Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
have nothing against 100 Thieves and their players. I like all their players.
I do. Fuck them.
I mean, I like 100 Thieves. I think they've been looking really good, and I think they would be our strongest shower for the region.
Yeah. Them or Team Liquid are probably the most likely.
Yeah, those are
Um,
definitely the favorites. It would be
but
hype if Evo Geniuses could go, so we could see
I would
JoJo
like.
and Danny do
I want
stuff.
to see Vulcan make it Vulcan and Impact, but I will say Team Liquid are the only podcast people who have not shit talked us yet. So,
So,
but I can't cheer for them on principle. So
I feel that.
I hope all of them lose. Meteor. Send
Just
GG.
a meteor goes and hits the state
Send
like the
G.
LCS stadium.
Send GDG to MMSI for all I care. Send FlyQuest. Fuck it. Let's go.
FlyQuest.
All right. Wrap us up.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoy listening to the episode. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at C9 Bodied, and we'll see you when we see you.
Yep. It's a bit of an off season now. So,
Well, we'll probably see you in 2 weeks when the Overwatch League happens, or 2 or 3 weeks.
oh yeah, because I'm sure all of us will be watching that.
Yeah, look,
I'm just kidding. I'll
like
try and
Overwatch
watch.
League is my favorite region. Is my favorite esport. I
I'm
watch
just
it
kidding. I'll try and
religiously.
watch. All right. Bye, guys.
All right, later.
Bye.